So this is it. This is how it's going to look like. So the next thing, we'll be making a loop to cover this place, this rough edges you're seeing. So the measurement for the loop is, we'll be taking 25 inches for the length. Okay, 25 inches for the length, 25 inches for the length. Then the width, we'll be taking 4 inches for the width. That is 25 by 4. Okay, then you cut it. So this is what I have. 4, remember I said the width to be 4 inches by 25 inches long. Okay, so now you fold it in 2 equal parts. After folding it, you cut this side. You see this edge, I'll be slanting it this way. Did you see it? I'll do the same thing this other end. You slant it like this too. Sorry, you slant it like this, just the same way you did the other side. Then you trim it off. Are you seeing it? You come here again, you do the same thing, you trim this other side off. And this is how it's going to be. Now you'll be sewing the wrong parts of the fabric, not the right side. You'll be sewing the wrong part. Fold it into equal parts like this. Then take it to your sewing machine, run it from this end down to this other end. But you're not covering this one. You first of all sew it here so that you'll be able to turn it, or you can remain small allowance here. Or you can remain small allowance, just 3 inches or 2 inches allowance here for turning. Okay, but make sure you seal this mouth, cover this mouth, and sew this other side. All right, after doing that, please ensure you iron it. We are looking for a neat surface. Okay, you see how rumpled it is. I'm going to take it to my, after sewing it, I'll iron it. Make sure it is well ironed. So this is it. You see how I did it? You see it? Then you iron. So the next thing I'll be doing, I'll be applying gum at the back behind. You see this edge now? Please don't sew it to be, don't make it to be like this. Okay, when you're ironing, you shift it a little. After sewing, you shift it a little inside. I don't want this rough, this sewn edge here to show. Shift it inside, then you place it like this. Okay, hope you're seeing what you're getting, what I'm doing. It's very, very easy. It's just that the procedure is long, but it's very easy to make. Now I'm going to wrap it like this. Our work is almost set. Wrap it like this. As you're doing it, please make sure you tighten it. Tighten it so that it will be smooth. When you're gumming, you drag it, you tighten it. Are you seeing it? You tighten it so that it will be very smooth. Then this is where our bow tie will be hiding. That's why I said you should slant it. You understand? You can bring this one in, then this one on top, or you gum it this way so that your rough edge will not be showing. You gum it this way, then you place your bow tie here. But if you sew it, if you do it, you cut it without sewing it in a slanted part like this, you end up your sewn part will be showing. That's why I said you should slant it so that after covering your bow tie on it, you won't see any rough edge in between. Okay, all right, let's gum it and place on our work. Gumming it, so I'll be placing it on top of and behind, that is in between my work. Please, while working with gum, be very, very careful. Be very, very careful so that it won't stain. You know, I'm using UHU gum. So you take it close to the edge. You drag it. You drag. And you use your hand to straighten it. You can bend here, so if you don't want this your thread to be visible, you bend here, apply gum, bend that place, and then you move it to this other side like this. Please make sure so that somebody will not trace it. This place is covered. Make sure it is well tightened. Okay. Right. So I'm done. So the next thing we'll be doing, you place it like this on top of your base, on top of your brim rather, like this. Then you measure the mid. Thing I'll be doing is you're placing your crown on top of your brim. So how do you get the measurement? What you do, you start from the end of your brim, measure till you get to the other end of your brim, which is we have 17 inches. Now 17 inches divided by 2 will give you, that should be 70, to give you 7, that's 14, 8.5. It will give you 8.5. So this is where our 8.5 is here. This is the midpoint here. Measure here to still give you the same thing, 8.5. To still give you the same 8.5. To still give you the same 8.5 if you measure this other way, which is here. So how will you get the midpoint of this to place? Instead of you placing it like this, if you place it like, you might end up making one side small and one side big. So how do you get accurate measurement? Now, if you check on top of this crown, we have 7.5 inches. You now keep it, place it like this, 7.5 inches divided by 2. You get 3.2 or 3.3. 3.2 or 3.3. So this is where you will place it. You place it close to where you have your midpoint. This is where I have my midpoint. You'll be placing your tape here. So now this is 7 inches. You will mark it round, just the way we mark out our round circle. You mark it round just like that. You keep continuing like that. You continue like that. Just, I shifted the tape. This is 3.2, okay, and this is 7 inches. Okay, you continue like that. You continue like that. Please do not let your 3.2 inches to shift, so that you don't end up doing another marking another thing. You just continue like that. Till you've gotten a round circle. Hope you understand this part. 3.2 inches, you continue marking this round. 3.2, 3.2, just like that. 3.2, mark 7 inches. 3.2. You continue this way. If you don't want to go through this stress, what you do, you just place it like this. Place your work like this. Then you rule it. You understand? You can use your pen. You can use your chalk. Anyone. You rule it. So this is what we've gotten. So the next thing we'll be doing will be tracing it. We'll cut this part out. Now this is where the crown is. This is where we'll be keeping our crown here. This marked place. But you leave half inches away from that marked place. This is the half inch. This 1 inch rather. You mark 1 inch away from the normal crown. That is that line where you have your crown. Okay. So this is the 1 inch is where we'll be cutting out. We're cutting out this 1 inch. Okay. We trace out this 1 inch. So now I will start. You put your scissors like this. Please be careful because this thing is very strong. You need to be very careful. If you have a cutter, you can use your cutter to achieve this. I think that will be very easy. But I don't have a cutter. That's why I'm using my scissors. So you trim it out. It's very strong though. You need to be very careful. Do it gently. You continue. I think cutter will be more preferable and easier. But if you don't have cutter, you just do it this way.